Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to my kitchen. It is bake day, and we are not wasting time. The first thing I want you to do is adjust your oven racks so that you may slide your Dutch oven in and out of your oven easily. Then I want you to preheat your oven with your Dutch oven inside to 500 degrees. You need this to be screaming hot, okay? Then what you're going to do is prepare your utensils or your equipment. Now, I am using a stainless steel Dutch oven, and I don't preheat mine, and I will explain that later. But I do use pie weights on the bottom of that, and I will explain that in a minute as well. So I'm putting my pie weights in the bottom of the pan, and then I'm going to prepare my parchment. I use a sling and a sheet of parchment. Now, I use these rounds for my baby boules when I bake those, but I've never used them on a full-size boule, so this is going to be a new experience for me. And I use a sling as well. Using a sling makes it easier to get your bread in and out of the pan. So while your pan or your oven is preheating, you're going to leave your dough in the refrigerator until your oven comes to temperature. Okay? Once it comes to temperature, then you can bring it out. See, I'm showing you my sling. And then I'm going to show you my bread lamb. And all of that is a razor blade to score your bread. You don't have to be an artist, but you want to do an expansion score on your loaf. Now, my oven is going off. It's at 500 degrees. My pan is prepared. My sling is prepared. My parchment is prepared. I'm getting my dough out, and as I'm looking at it, my dough has been in the refrigerator for 21 hours. And I'm a little nervous, but I'm realizing that the parchment round is too small. So I'm going to use a full sheet of parchment. And you want it to be big enough to support your boule, but also to come up to the sides of the pan. And that's just for cleaning purposes, so your boule doesn't stick and whatnot, and you don't have to clean. Trust me, I hate cleaning. So you want to brush off any residue from the that's left over from the refrigerator and redust it. You just need a little bit of flour or rice flour, whatever it is that you use to dust your banneton, and then smooth it out, and now you're going to score. You don't have to be an artist. You don't have to do any of this other stuff, but you do need an expansion score. And you're going to start at the top and dig in, and you want to go at least a half an inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch deep into your loaf. Start at the top and move to the bottom. You can do it right down the middle of your loaf. You don't have to do it on the side. You don't have to do anything else. You can do it right down the middle, as long as there's a cut in it to expand your bread. Then you're going to put your loaf in the oven. Now, depending on how crispy you like it, I turn my oven down to 450, and I baked this for 20 minutes. And then I took the loaf out and took the lid off, put it back in the oven for an additional 30 minutes. Like I mentioned, I don't like a dark, crusty loaf. That's just me. If you like that, that's fine. So at the end of your 45 to 50 minutes, bring your loaf out, and you're going to temp it. You want it to be at least 200 degrees. Mine is at 199, and that was fine for me. So you temp it, and if it's at the temperature, turn your oven on, don't take your loaf out of the pan, take its temperature. Okay, if it's at temp, then turn your oven off. You're going to pull your bread out, use your sling, use your parchment, look at it, decide whether or not you want it darker or if it's too dark or whatever. If it's too dark, you're stuck with it. But this is a learning experience, okay? Keep that in mind. It's a learning experience. Now you can see my loaf where I scored it. It didn't explode. Well, it doesn't explode, but it didn't blow up the way I wanted it to because my dough was overproofed. And you see how light the bottom is? That's how I like my loaf. I don't like a very thick, crusty crust on the bottom. If you don't have a problem with that, then, you bake it differently. And what you'll do is you'll bake it at 500 degrees for 15 minutes. Then you'll take the lid off, put it back in the oven for 25 to 30 minutes, and pull it out. And it may be the perfect color. If it's not, if it's like this and you want it darker, take it off the parchment and put it back on the oven rack and leave it in there for 5 to 10 minutes and let it toast. Toast it up until it comes to whatever color you want your bread to be. This is how I want my bread to be. This is a very personal thing, okay? So you're going to leave your bread on the counter on a cooling rack for 1 hour. 1 hour. Don't touch it. It has to finish baking and cool down. 1 hour. Now, I wanted to show you my loaf after an hour and cut into it for you. But, of course, I forgot to hit record. So, you're getting the cut up version already. And you can see my texture isn't bad. It's a little dense, but it's moist. I like the crust thickness. I can't wait to slice it up and toast it and just eat it. It smells delicious. So if you're not happy with your loaf, don't give up. Do not give up. This isn't the end of the world. I mean, you can see my loaf. I have a big hole in the middle on that side. I have big holes on the top on the other side. Your loaves are what you make it. And I made mine overproofed because I was so tired yesterday and wanted to sleep. And my bread went in the refrigerator at 11 o'clock in the morning. So I didn't bake this until 8 o'clock. Well, it was probably about 8:30. So 21 hours in the refrigerator. That's overproofing. And when it overproofs, if it comes out, if you pour it onto your parchment and it completely flattens out, you're going to make some focaccia bread. And it's going to be delicious because it's sourdough. And it's focaccia and it's, that's another video. But anyways, I hope you all have a lovely, lovely day. And thank you for joining me on this journey. And I promise to do better in my editing and get my videos out in a timely fashion so you don't have to wait. But I do hope you come back and visit me. And I will see you on the next one.